Can you shut up? Shit. Hold on. Alright. Wait. Episode 47, you guys, that's when it all comes together. Let's get to the dashboard there. There it is. Okay. Let's give a countdown even. Let's go 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to another episode of Questlog. It's a semi-weekly show about video games old and new. My name is Tyler Everett and this is episode 46. Joining me as always is the lovely Brian Maxwell. How are you doing, sir?
I am spectacular.
I'm glad to hear it. You look spectacular. You know what? Hey, who's that? That's Luke Phillips. Luke Phillips is here.
Hey, yes.
How's it going, man? How you doing?
I am fantastic. Glad to be here.
Fantastic as always. Aaron Kring, hey there, bud.
I'm a big fan of the asterisk.
Yeah,
next to the 46 there, Tyler.
You caught that, did you? Yeah. So
I did catch that asterisk.
Any of our loyal viewers who might have been wondering where we've been, episode 46 existed for about an hour and a half. And there were technical difficulties that weren't my fault at all, and it's gone now, and all you need to know is that it's gonna be smooth sailing from here on out. We took a little.
It was fun.
We took a little break. We took a little vacation, little camping trip. Just the four of us. In the meantime, got away from everything. Got away from, jobs and responsibilities and. Hung out in the
fantastic
woods.
Weekend.
It was the best weekend of my whole summer. It was great.
Yeah, we drank alcohol and
I didn't do that.
Food what was cooked over a fire.
Yeah, we found out that Luke's character in D&D is not a great cook yet, but in real life he's a top chef. It was real nice.
We also got to listen to some weird dude yell at his dog and masturbate.
That might have happened.
Okay,
Twice.
I'm not here to tell anybody what they can do in the confines of their own tent with their own dogs, but it sounded illegal. It sounded like a few crimes were committed.
God damn it, sissy.
The masturbation sounds were bad, but the thing that still really sticks in my mind with that guy is the fact that we're outside. He's outside, and his dog takes a poop in the grass, and he sits there and yells at it and says, "Ew, gross," to his dog, who's a dog.
Yeah, the dog was looking at him like, I don't know what you want from me, man. Like,
just doing dog things over here.
I'm out here in the nature doing the dog stuff. I don't know what more you want out of me.
The dude was 65 if he was a day, so it's not like he doesn't know that dogs poop.
This is a fairly densely populated campsite too. Like, I'm both offended and a little bit jealous that that dude's just like, don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna jerk it and scream in the middle of the night. I don't care who cares. And I'll do it again tomorrow.
I was like, the crazy thing too is though, I was real nervous that my snoring was gonna keep everybody up and like bother people around the campsite and whatever, and I
Can't snore if you don't sleep.
I couldn't sleep at all, so it was like midnight, maybe 12:30. And all of a sudden, I just hear this dude, full release, right in the middle of the night. And the first wave, I thought like, oh, maybe he hurt himself, maybe he stubbed his toe. The second one, I thought like, oh god, maybe his back is out or something. Like maybe something's very wrong. And by like the fourth one, there was no mistaking what was happening. Like it was very clear this was not
good for you.
He was not in peril. Yeah, he was having a good time. It was weird. It was a weird weekend, but it was fun.
It was a weird weekend in the weird woods.
Yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time. We, I became a dungeon master. That is a thing I can now add to my resume. I've never played Dungeons and Dragons before, and we decided to, you know, just instead of like playing it, I could just run a game myself, maybe. And yeah, so I did that, and that was fun. Something's happened with my webcam. It's fine. It'll fix itself. There we go.
That was a great time.
Yeah, you guys, you did good.
Flubbing your way through poorly drawn battlegrounds does not a dungeon master make you, Tyler.
Oh, okay. Oh,
I
well.
think it does, actually.
Oh, does it? Oh, okay. I didn't know if that was the only criteria.
That's part of the process.
Shitty maps is
We had
part of it.
we had Doritos. We had
did.
graph paper.
Lots of Doritos.
We had dice.
We had purple
And
Doritos,
cookies.
actually.
Yeah, we had all of the makings of a great D&D run.
By the
Yeah.
way, purple Doritos are gross. I had never had purple Doritos until this camping trip, and they're not good. For all the hype you guys have on these stupid purple Doritos, they aren't any good.
Purple Doritos are not the best Doritos. But
Yeah,
they're
don't
the
come at
worst
me with this
Doritos.
you guys shit.
Yeah, Brian doesn't like them either. They were for me. They were my Doritos.
Thank you, Brian.
Luke had
I'm
some.
hashtag Team Brian.
Okay, well, you guys enjoy your boring fucking Doritos, and I'll keep eating the
Spicy
delicious-
nacho Doritos are not boring.
Pretty boring.
They're not.
You know,
Cool Ranch
hey,
Doritos aren't.
what do you guys think? Write us. Mail at questlongcast.com. What is the best Doritos?
What color Doritos?
Yeah, which ones? Which bag do you buy? What do you
Luke
prefer?
doesn't Mike work for Frito-Lay? Be nice to get
yeah.
an insider's opinion on this.
Can we get some Ruffles?
Yeah, just give me what is it? Sour cream and cheddar?
Sour cream and cheddar.
We don't need to have
Those
any
are
more
good.
discussions after that. Like, let's all just
Can
go
he
die
get
on
me-
that island.
Can
That's
you
fine.
get me the hookup on some all dressed?
All dressed?
Yeah, can we get into some of those fucking all dressed chips?
I would smash them all dressed right now with you, Kring. I'm right there with
Yeah,
you.
those do sound good.
Well, we can't just talk about D&D and camping and Doritos all day. I mean, we could.
Yes, we can.
could,
I think we
but,
probably could,
but,
actually, very
hey,
easily.
let's also talk about the video games we've played in the last 3-ish weeks. Huh? Here's the games we've been playing. All right. Hey, that's the stuff. I got the right music. I had the wrong words in my mouth this time. Switching it up for you. A little change of pace.
This is your second crack at episode 46, and you're still fucking it up.
Yo. I'm here to disappoint you all. Hey guys. Hey everybody. You know what? I want to take a little brief moment and tell you guys about a game. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's called the World of Warcraft.
Never heard of it. Is this new?
Yeah, I think it's
When did this come out?
I don't know, like
What year is it?
18 years ago. I've been itching to play World of Warcraft again, and I don't know
But why?
There's a new patch out that's supposed to be really, really good. And some neat things are going on in the world, and it's an exciting time. But the damn game is still $15 a month, and I just can't bring myself to do that. So I decided to play a trial character and just dink around on it, mostly while waiting for other games to download this week. And yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. It's an interesting time to play World of Warcraft. Are you watching it, Brian? Are you getting a little nostalgia
Yeah, I've
there?
got a lot of nostalgia for my WoW days, but they're gone.
You know,
Tyler?
yeah. Go ahead, Kring. What's your question?
I just I just did a quick calculation here. Do you know if you were to have paid for WoW every month since it came out, do you know how much money you would have spent on subscriptions?
I don't know how much. Several thousand
23.
dollars.
$2,300.
Sounds about right. A little
Just let you
while
know.
ago, they did something for people who had done exactly that, who had never dropped their subscriptions. They sent them like a bronze statue of an orc riding a wolf
Can I sell that for the
with bags of
$2,300?
money. No. You can never sell the memories that you had with your friends in World of Warcraft. Anyway, I think part of the draw of this was getting into D&D and like seeing how those systems all work, and my brain just kind of like playing with those and remembering my early days in WoW and how much of that was clearly influenced by D&D. So I don't know. It's very different now. It's mostly moved away from a lot of that stuff. But yeah, I don't know.
Is someone driving you around in a motorcycle?
So
I'm sorry. I was immediately. I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
asked that. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you now.
Can we strike the question from the record?
Nope. So I'm covered. I'm a level 6, but I'm covered in what looks like end game gear from Vanilla WoW, and those are called heirloom items, and it's stuff that is bound to your account. And so is my little mount here. It's a orc driving a motorcycle with a sidecar in it.
That's just, you know what, this has broken my immersion.
Yeah,
it's over.
good.
I'm never going to play this game because
Oh,
of that.
okay, yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's the reason why.
That's the straw that broke the camel's back there, huh, Crane?
You know, I was feeling it for a moment until I saw that damn motorcycle.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's what that is. It's a mount that I can use at level 1, which is
All right.
That's
thing.
overpowered.
It is. Everything about being a new character on a veteran account is completely overpowered. Like, I'm just running through these questing zones, tagging every monster with my Shadow Word Pain spell, and watching it die at my feet. Like, I'm not trying at all. Which kind of brings up the point that this isn't so much fun at all anymore, the whole starting experience, as it is just a thing that you have to do to get to the end game content, which is why I think it's completely inaccessible, and I don't really understand how they managed to succeed with this business model anymore.
That's because nobody's doing the starter anymore.
Yeah.
Everybody's playing endgame.
Yeah, but I mean,
You might be the only person on planet Earth
no one else has done this.
who has access to a motorcycle on a fresh account.
That's
And I should be very curious on how many brand new players they actually have in a month.
I don't think
Like
it's...
people who have never played the game before.
Yeah, I'm sure that that's not a lot, but you still have to figure, like, at least in Diablo, it takes, 20 minutes to get a level 70 if you get power leveled,
Mhm.
Like, I know it's a different type of game and all that, but I don't know. There's just, it's still, like, it's much quicker. It's, it doesn't take you a year to hit max level anymore. It would maybe take a week or two of playing pretty heavily to get there. But it's still too long, and the free, unpaid version of the game only lets you get to level 20. And then you gotta pay $15 a month. I don't know, it feels kinda like that could use a revamp. Like maybe, you could play up until the most current expansion's content for free, and then that's when you gotta pay, your monthly subscription. I think that might get more people playing it, I could see.
I have a feeling that Blizzard has ran the numbers and they know what they're doing.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they do. I'm sure they're perfectly content with all the people who are diehard fans paying their monthly subscriptions, and
They are content raking in monthly money.
yeah. But I don't know. It would just be interesting to see something like that, because there's times when I've wanted to dip my toes back in and I almost get hooked, and then I'm like, yeah, or I could just play something newer. And so
It creates an ugly loop in my head where it's like, I'm paying for this, so I have to play it. If I play something else, I'm wasting my money that I'm spending on this, and then I
Right.
feel obligated to play it, and then it feels icky. And nope.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. So anyway, I didn't.
That's the whole reason I never even. Every time I've thought, oh, I'll give this a whirl. That's part of the whole reason why I instantly don't care about the game before I even get into it. I'll buy the game, but then buying the game and then paying subscription on top of it, and then feeling like you have to play the game just feels wrong.
Yeah, I've never loved that part, but then again, all the MMOs that exist that don't make you do that, I don't play those either, because they're not as interesting as WoW to me. So I don't know. Don't know what to
You're
do
also
about that.
already invested in WoW's world, and you don't want to start over, I feel.
Very much, yeah.
It's
That's
kind of like what we talked about with Diablo 3 like a month ago or whatever. It's like,
Yeah.
why would I go to Path of Exile when I have everything in Diablo 3?
right. Yeah, I don't got no heirlooms. I don't got no motorcycle chauffeur in Lord of the Rings Online. You guys, I don't got that. I don't got
True
a.
story.
There's a callback. No one's fucking heard of that game in a very long time. Anyway, so yeah,
Heard about it when it was
I
out.
tried the new expansion and I just couldn't get into it either. I think I played 3 sessions and got 1 level on my paladin and never went back to it.
see, that's the thing. I'm sure that if I paid for it and could actually play my paladin, I would be very much into this. But it's just this kind of like, you know, there's other stuff out there, so, which we'll talk about shortly. Instead, hey, Luke.
Hi.
You know what? Let's just do this. Let's just do this now. Let's talk about a
Quality
game that
transition there, Tyler.
we've that we've all played.
Just gonna jump right into this.
Yeah, I figure why not? You know, let's just do this. Wolf Among Us, you guys. The Wolf.
Oh, I thought you were
going
going
to
to talk about Subnautica.
No.
Oh.
Nope, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to talk about The Wolf Among Us. And this is a game that the Maxwells gifted to all of us out of their good graces. And I appreciate that. Yeah.
Round of applause.
Yeah.
Round of applause.
Yeah, a tip of my hat. It's really freaking good, you guys. It's real good. Wolf Among Us is a great game. This came out, what, last 2014, right?
13.
Yeah, it's been a few years.
13?
Yeah, it's a few years old.
13.
It's an older game, but it checks out. It's, you know, it's a what would you call it? It's a Telltale game. It's kind of its own genre at this point, right?
Yeah, pretty
It's
much.
a very story-heavy adventure game.
Yeah, there's a lot of like quick time events. That's really where the action comes in, is in these quick time sequences. Which your
I love
mileage may
those.
vary, yeah.
Yeah,
But it's a very
they're not
engaging
too
story.
egregious, though.
What do you guys think? So the world is built on a comic book series, I believe, right? Like this is a comic book series with these fable characters and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's an interesting take on all of them because it seems like in this world, it's basically all of the characters that we know from storybooks growing up have had this mass exodus and now live in a section of Manhattan in New York in the real world. And shit ain't great.
No, it's real dark and shitty.
Yeah.
It's got a grittier Once Upon a Time
Yeah.
shit feeling to it, and that's what's drawing me in on this thing.
It's crazy how they have these fables that as a kid are always about the happy ending and everything's bright and shiny, and then we come to this and it's just dark and miserable.
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit last week. I think Brian, or not last week. How many weeks ago was it now? I don't know.
Last time.
Last time on Questlog, we discussed it a little bit. But yeah, I mean, even the gameplay video doesn't really do it justice. The game looks really good in motion. Everything has that that comic book look and feel to it. I don't want to get into too many spoilers now. Like I figure we can just talk about like maybe general stuff about the game, and then maybe we'll cut together some deeper feelings on it for you guys later. But yeah, I'm super impressed with it.
It's real heavy and oppressive, but they do throw in some nice puns every now and again to make me chuckle here and there. Big B Wolf and
Big
Georgie
B.
Porgy's fucking running a strip club now.
Yeah. Yeah, some of them have fallen on harder times than others. Like,
Little Mermaid.
Yeah, she's been
She's a stripper.
I mean, like spoilers, but yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I mean that's not that much of a spoiler.
I know,
It's not
but-
even a spoiler.
Yeah, maybe she's not.
Maybe maybe not.
But yeah, the different characters have all shown up in different ways. Snow White is kind of your companion when you start the game, and you're kind of like a sheriff, I think is what they call him.
Yeah, you're a sheriff.
Kind of. You are
Yeah,
the sheriff.
you are the sheriff of Fabletown, and you're investigating a murder. It's a whodunit, and it's
Yeah,
a real good
spend a lot of time in the slums and people that aren't happy to see you.
Yeah, you don't get the feeling that
You're not liked.
the people have been talking and none of them have very nice things to say. So
You only come down here when the rich people have a problem with us.
yeah, it makes some real kind of interesting allegories. It's kind of its own it becomes its own fable about the system and segregation and just all kinds of different real world topics. I like kind of the main thing too of like, hey, you know, all of these things that we used to use to escape the real world and, you know, escape the bad things, like now they're in our world and they have the same problems we do with drugs and, and money and
They're just like us.
Yeah.
Because fairy tales aren't real and life sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put that on a bumper sticker.
There are no happy endings.
Yeah,
put that on your bumper sticker.
I played through episode 2 and had to physically restrain myself from hitting the next button at like 3 o'clock in the morning to keep
Why
going.
would you do that to yourself? Just keep going. I'm still going. I'm half
you
tempted to just,
look half dead right now, so
I'm
that's
half
why.
tempted to just leave this whole thing and go play more.
Yeah.
Dual monitors.
Yeah, do what I'm doing and just keep playing it right now.
To be fair, though, Brian, there is no borderless window mode in the game.
That's true.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, Luke.
I think that's literally my only complaint is just that small little facet.
Luke Phillips, everybody bitches about a free game.
I think that was your first, comment on the game. I'm just like, Jesus Christ.
Hey, sometimes if you're gonna actually review something, you have to find a negative in it, and that is so far the only negative I've been able to find. So I think that's pretty damn telling about the game.
The only negative I have for this game is that Brian gave a copy to Luke, and then he bitched about no borderless windowed mode.
Luke's just making sure.
Is it fair to only do the good things about a game and not mention the bad?
No, that's why people come here. It's for the hard-hitting, honest truth about
borderless windows.
Video games. I'm with you, Luke. I tried to tab out. I tried to find that mode too. Hey, developers. Yeah. Hey,
I
Telltale.
Appreciate it when it's there.
Put borderless windowed mode in, please. Thank you. There, that's all. But yeah, everything else is fantastic.
I get the impression we've made largely the same choices.
Yeah.
At least in episode 1, for sure. I think all of us did the same major major choices.
Yeah, let's take a little here. We'll just go and through the magic of editing, like our live people, you get to hear some spoilers. Yeah, that's and you got to do the hands with it too, fancy hands. That now we're going to talk about some spoilers. So, yeah, episode 1. I think we probably made mostly exactly the same choices.
I think we did. I was a little disappointed, but
what was the first?
The game kind of guides you that way.
Do you have them? Do you have them up like the?
I'm looking. I'm summoning them.
Conjure them. Yeah, like I like how the game has kind of like trained me to look for this character will remember that, or they noticed that you said that. Like there's a little text message that comes up that to kind of notify when you've made a choice that somebody is paying attention to. And
let's see.
Like the first thing that happens is you're talking to this girl who you later find out's name is Faith.
Faith.
Faith. And I'm like I gave her some money, I didn't want her to be showing up empty-handed to wherever she had to go, and I felt like I was making a pretty good impression on her, and then I found her fucking head on my doorstep.
And there are times later when it's like, oh, I'll pay for that. You don't have any money.
Yeah, I did the same thing, Brian. I was like, God, why'd I give her my money?
Yep. So, yeah, I think in episode 2, I kind of tried to deviate a little bit from what my brain would automatically choose for a lot of this stuff, just because I wanted to diversify it a tiny bit, but I don't know. We'll see.
Did anyone tell Beast the truth about Beauty in episode 1? Because I did not. When she's like, hey, you never saw me. Okay, do me a favor and don't tell my husband.
Yep,
I was like, yeah, girl.
I was like, well, one, I don't know what's going on, so I'm not gonna be like, yeah, you need to get your lady in check, son. She's out there doing some dirt. No. I think I just said I'm staying out of this. I think that's
I stayed out of it. Then I lied to Beast.
That comes into play later.
So yeah, that was was that the first kind of big choice that it gives you?
Yeah. The bummer part is I think all of us decided to go and help Toad instead of going to visit Prince Lawrence's apartment, because the way it was framed was like, like Toad calls and he's like, "Oh shit, someone's here now. I need, shit's going down right now." And you see, I think, through the magic mirror, you see like a bloody knife on the floor of Prince Lawrence's apartment.
Yep.
Is that right? I'm just like, well,
Yeah.
whatever happened has happened there, so that can wait. But Toad's got problems right now.
That was my exact thought process too.
Toad's still alive. Prince Lawrence is either dead or whatever's
Going to
done is
be.
done. Like,
That was my
Toad's
thought,
alive.
and
he's out.
I know Toad's got a kid there, so I was like,
And
nope,
it
I need to
was-
get there right now. Like, he's got his little Toad kid and little
I
TJ.
get the impression you could have, I don't know, like it would have been a big deal if we'd gone to Prince Lawrence's first. I think you might have, I don't know, maybe caught someone there. I'm curious.
Well, there
Because it
because
says you did not prevent his death, which
yeah,
Yep.
we were deceived, all of us.
Yeah, but what if little TJ had caught it from what's his name?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what would have happened if we'd gone the other way.
I don't think anything would have happened because TJ ends up being integral in one of the later episodes for you to find out information about something that happened.
Yeah, that's true.
It might have
So-
just been information that you didn't get because you didn't go to Toad's. I don't know.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. Well,
I really enjoyed the detective stuff you had to do in Toad's house, though.
yeah.
You're
Yeah,
clicking on
it's
everything
clearly
and putting
lying.
the story together and kind of interrogating Toad. That was really fun.
Yeah, the way he's standing, like he kept like shifting wherever you would go. He would kind of like keep moving with you to like kind of shuffle around and not let you see the back of his head. That
What
was
I'm
interesting.
really enjoying about this is being able to read the facial expressions. Now they're clunky and they're delayed and
Mhm.
they're over exaggerated, but it's cool that like when you say something or do something, you can get a legitimate, genuine
Right.
interaction out of somebody by
I
reading.
think they kind of have to be. Like, they don't want you to miss. Yeah, they don't want you to miss something, make them too subtle.
Yep.
Mhm. Agreed.
Now, are we all through episode 1 or are we all through episode 2?
Pretty sure we're all through episode
Two.
2.
Dose. Yep.
All right. Who do you think did it? Who done it?
Ichabod Crane is the one that they point at pretty heavily at the end of episode 2, but that seems like a misdirect. Like with the glamours and everything, it's hard to know,
Yeah.
what's real and what's not.
Yeah, there's still too many variables to really say.
So okay, so episode, I think we should like cap that off.
Yeah.
Like episode 1 ends with like you've been trying to figure out who killed Faith and all of this stuff, and then it ends with Snow White's head on your porch too, and you're like, oh shit, this is a serial killer now, and it's going after the Fables, and oh no, and it's like it's a pretty big cliffhanger, and then like 5 minutes into episode 2, Snow White comes walking in and is like, what's everyone so mad about? And you're like, okay, there's magic and weird stuff going on here.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, there was something, I don't know if you guys caught this or maybe if I'm reading too much into this, but so you start off like the regular police have come across this and have brought you in for questioning.
Yep.
And you start off episode 2 in like an interrogation room with regular cops.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ichabod Crane shows up, does some kind of weird erasy spell, and makes everyone forget what happened. And he looks like he's carrying tapes and like folders and photographs and a pile of shit in his hands, like, hey, I got all the evidence, let's get on out of here. But no one messes with the camera that's pointed right at Bigby the whole time. My brain was like, oh, they forgot something. That's gonna come back to bite us in the ass. And so far that hasn't happened. So I don't know. I'm curious if that's just something they missed.
I'm midway through episode 4, and I have yet to see that come back. So I don't think that's
okay.
gonna bite us in the ass.
All right.
Sorry, Tyler.
I would assume that Crane would have taken like the cassette out of it.
Yeah, he doesn't do that though. Like you see him come in the room and
You don't. Was the camera inside the room or was
Yeah.
it on the other side of the mirror?
pretty sure it's in the room with him. I'm pretty sure like it's like next to the
Maybe he
officer.
cut the power to the building.
Oh, that's true. Maybe he did that. That's a
But
good idea.
he didn't. The lights were on.
Yeah, that's true. Weird. Oh well. Well, anyway, it was just a weird little inconsistency that I saw that.
God, the continuity is just so bad in this game.
Yeah, you know what?
So-
I'm not gonna play anymore.
No.
So Krang,
And I get ripped on for talking about borderless window mode.
Shut up, Luke. Take your borderless windows and shove them up your ass.
when you had Tweedledum, I think,
Mhm.
like interrogating him, did you beat
Yeah.
the ever loving
Oh,
shit
yeah.
out of him? I figured.
Yeah, I got bitched at real hard for just but I have not trusted the Tweedles at all since the start of this, and I think that they are 100%. If they're not
They're involved.
if they're not like the people, pulling, they're obviously not the people
They're
pulling the
not.
strings, but I think that they are the people who did the deed.
They're hired muscle.
Yep,
Yeah.
I think they're high. I think they've been putting out the hit, and everything that I see through episode 1 and through episode 2 leads me to believe that they are way in deep on this, and they know exactly what's going on, and they're assholes, and I hate them, and I want them dead.
Yeah, when I was interrogating him, I was really sweetening him up. I was like, "Hey, here's your money. Look at all that money." Put it back. Didn't take it.
Same.
I was like,
Yep.
"Hey, here's your liquor. Oh, hey,
Here's your cigar."
You want a drink of that? That was pretty good. Hey, those cuffs look kind of tight." And I was just like really buttering him up. And then it got to the end, and he still wasn't really talking. So I took his cigar and lit that bitch and put it right in his hand. And he didn't like that none. And he started talking a little bit, but
No,
then Crane came in, and I tried to take a swing at him because fuck that guy.
What's weird is I was able to get him to talk without doing any bad things to him, except for taking his money because I had no money, so I took it.
It's fair. Game gives you a couple opportunities to snatch some money, and I took some money too at one point.
I take the money every time. It
Yeah.
keeps giving you opportunities to do it as the episodes go along, and every single time I find money, you're finding money that
You're
is
just gonna,
part of something shady or belongs to an asshole, and I take it every time.
Well, I'm
just gonna
glad I
retire
took
and
it
walk away from
because
this.
later on I had to pay somebody, and if I hadn't have taken it, I wouldn't be able to pay her, and I don't know what would have happened.
I took the money out of Georgie Porgy's safe. Every dollar he had, I took.
Yeah. Yeah, can I just say, fuck that guy
Yeah,
in particular.
yeah,
I hate Georgie.
yeah. The voice
Yeah,
actor is
so
great
hard.
though. He's got like a
Oh,
real
he is.
good like
Mhm.
Irish accent, and it's just it's the voice acting in the game is real solid. In a game that's mostly dialogue, that's kind of important.
Yeah.
It's great dialogue too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the main character, the big bad wolf, he gets to do some pretty rough stuff too. Like there's an interrogation scene with Grendel. Or no, it's a flat out fight. I'm sorry, it's not
It's
an
a flat out
interrogation.
fight, yeah, with
Grendel
Bran,
starts a
yeah.
fight with you. The Grendel from I think it's Beowulf
Hmm.
is the legend there. Turns into this big white fucking son of a bitch and comes at you, and I kick the ever loving snot out of him. And at one point, you've got him kind of subdued, and it gives you the option to rip his arm off. And I was like, "Yup, rip that fucking arm off."
Am I the only one
Rip
who
it
didn't
off.
rip his arm off?
I
I'm
didn't
assuming
either.
Brian did not. I'm assuming that crosses a threshold for Brian.
Grendel's going to remember that.
Yup, he sure did.
Yeah. And sorry, no. Grendel is just an asshole douchebag, and
Yeah, he
I
was.
have even in episode 2, and then even in episode 3, every time I run into this guy, he's just maybe because I ripped his arm off, but he's just an absolute prick regardless of what happens, and I feel
You know what?
not at
I'm
all
glad I
any
ripped your arm
remorse
off.
for ripping his arm off.
You deserved it. You deserved every.
He is just a horrible being.
All right, Kring, riddle me this.
Yes.
Did you keep wailing on Beast?
No.
Me either.
Because
Yeah, I didn't either.
Beast at first it becomes like no, you've got to try it. I'm fighting him to try to subdue him to try to gain the upper hand in the situation, and then it becomes like I understand why he's doing what he's doing. He thinks that I'm stooping his wife, and so
It's
like
the medical
he's-
term for it, yeah.
he's reacting the same way any of us probably would react. Angry, violent, hostile, but
Words.
I mean, what am I going to do? Kill the guy for that? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean that's the one thing with these types of games is you never know like you're making these decisions, but you're not in control of to what degree they get carried out or what necessarily happens like right after you make them. So there's times where I do something and then I'm like, oh, I didn't know it was gonna play out exactly like that. I didn't know hit him one more time meant like cave his skull in, you know, or whatever. Like I don't know exactly what's gonna happen. So I often play a lot more cautiously than I would like to.
I wish that like the rip his arm off, don't rip his arm off. That's pretty clear choice.
Yeah.
And I feel like
it's good that
they
framed it that way.
I feel like they need to be, and for the most part, at least through episode 3 and 4, for the most part, it seems like it's pretty close, because I hate when they especially with dialogue, they'll put things on screen and you're reading it and you think to yourself, I'm not trying to come down on this guy. I'm trying to just, let him know that I'm serious, but not be a bastard about it. And then you'll pick your choice, and then what comes out of your mouth is completely different than what you thought was going to come out of your mouth, and you sound like you're just being a real hard ass, and you're like, wait, that's not what I wanted at all. And I don't like that. But this game seems to be doing a much better job of conveying the emotion and the choices before you pick them.
So the last thing that we played that was like this was Life is Strange. And it was another game of decisions and memorable choices and trying to win people over and whatever, making tough calls. And ultimately, it all fell completely flat at the end because none of it mattered. And I guess you could make that argument about anything, like life doesn't matter, everything's bullshit, and we're all going to die. But
you had one choice at the end, and regardless of what you did up to that point, you were going to be left with that same one choice, no matter what.
And it changed everything that happens in the game from then on. Like, with not to build Life is Strange spoilers into this, but like it was kind of like either none of this happened or all of this happened, and also this other tragic thing also happened, and those are your only two options. So it really kind of rendered everything else meaningless. And
the thing that I
don't know.
The thing that I like about this game more is that it feels like the decisions that you make have more weight in the moment. If you choose to rip off that dude's arm in the next episode, he's not got that arm anymore. He's still there. He's not got that arm. He seems more defeated. He's skittish around you. Whereas if you don't save Katie and she jumps off the building in Life is Strange, she's gone. But if you save her, she goes to a mental hospital and she's still gone. Like, there's no difference in the way that plays out in the story, whereas at least I get some visual, tangible, real feedback as to how my decisions are shaping this world.
Yeah.
I know you guys didn't play it, but this is very close to Heavy Rain. A lot of the same, like timed dialogue responses and quick time events, and if you fuck something up, well, it just changes the way the story goes, and you keep playing.
Yeah, I do like that. I like that there's, like a time limit for when you can respond, and silence is always an option. Like, people will just be like, oh, whoa, you don't have anything to say now? Well, okay, fuck you then. Like, that's kind of a valid thing to have happen.
I've used silence in this game a lot more than I would in.
Me too.
I would have thought I was going to, just because it sometimes feels appropriate.
Yeah.
Yep. Sometimes it feels.
There's been a few that I've used.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm super impressed with it so far.
I'll probably have finished it by the time we speak next. I think that's not unreasonable to probably get through the rest of the game.
I'll probably have it done before the end of the night tomorrow.
Yeah.
There's 5 chapters or episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see myself finishing it by next week.
2 hours, maybe 90 minutes.
Honestly, I think episode 1 was the longest, and each successive episode's like probably half as long as the first one was. The first one seemed very long.
2 seemed really short to me.
Yeah, same.
That's cool. Yeah, so we'll have more. We'll probably be able to wrap it up next time that we talk about it and see how we all felt. Maybe compare our answers and stuff a little bit closer. But yeah,
we'll put this out as a separate spoiler episode, I think.
Yeah, it's a great game, and I'm glad that I played it. It's not something I would have picked up had you not shoved it in my face for free. So That's
I
cool.
found it for cheap. I figured that's the way to get you guys to play something is to give you a copy and guilt you into playing it.
It worked. I'm not gonna not
Will you
play
fucking
it.
try this?
So far, this is one of my favorite games out of this year.
Oh, you mean out of 2013?
Of the games I've played this year, this is one of my favorites.
It
You got
is
Luke's nominee for Old Game of the Year.
it is a podcast about video games, old and new.
Yeah.
Well, let's switch back and you can turn your spoilers back on. You can tune back in
Can you just do a reverse
the sound?
sound that you did before?
like that. Hey Brian.
Hey, man.
Hey, you know what? I've been itching to play this game, and you've been really throwing it in my face today.
Yeah, I have.
And you talked about it last week, and you're still playing it, and it's called Hollow Knight. And goddamn it, I want this game so bad.
Nothing like a true friend there, Brian. You know,
It is so good.
To completely just dangle this in front of Tyler and force him to make a decision he doesn't actually want to make, and just not get it on the Switch. Just get it on your PC, Tyler. Just do it.
I'm here to help.
Just do it, Tyler.
Hollow Knight is a game where you are a little beetleman, and you're down in a bug world, and you got a little nail, and it's a sword, and it's also a nail. And it's a Metroidvania, and it looks like Tim Burton hand drew a bunch of really cool shit, and I want it in my life so bad. Are you farting a bunch? Is that what's going on? Why do you
There are like charms that you can equip that have different effects, and that's the stinky one that hurts anyone who gets too close to me.
I could be a farting Tyrael bug.
So there's a Taco Bell power up in the game.
Nice, Luke. Nice.
Yeah, it just fucking everything's blue and black and gray, and the soundtrack is all like piano and very melancholy, and it's always raining and wet, and it's just, I love the world.
That's what Brian
so much.
loves.
That's what I love.
Yeah, it's got a quiet solemnness to it, but also like everything that's happening on screen is super loud and very impactful, and it just
The controls are really tight. Like I'm still getting power-ups that are unlocking new areas in the game for me, and that's always exciting and feels good. This is a very difficult boss battle that I decided to capture here because you get like 5 of these dudes you have to defeat.
Yeah.
What's the structure of this game like, Brian? Like how's it play out? Like are these like broken up into little levels, or is it like one big thing?
It's just one big map where you gradually get access to new areas as you uncover like new power-ups.
Are there
like
save?
the double jump? I just got the double jump earlier this morning, and that got me into some new areas.
Are there save points, or is it like a save anywhere sort of system, or how's that work?
When you die, you drop all of your currency, and then you go back and fight your own ghost, to get it back.
Well, yeah, I get the if I die thing, but I'm talking like if I want to take a break from it, like I want to play a little bit and then quit out. Like, do I have to hit a save
there are
point or something
benches,
like
there are benches all over the map that you rest on, and you restart at the last bench you sat on, and it'll keep all of your XP and your money and everything when you quit. So. You can just quit any time. It'll put you back on your most recent bench.
Sounds convenient. It sounds like this should come out on Switch.
There's a fast travel system, thankfully, because that's what was missing from Axiom Verge. That was one of my problems with that game, is I had to walk fucking everywhere. And there's a lot of backtracking in this too, but the fast travel points definitely help a lot. And yeah, the boss battles are real intense.
So
It looks real intense.
It's a long fight.
Yeah. So my dilemma, and let me know if I'm out of place here, out of bounds on this, but so I could play this right now on Steam, and it's great. I could use a controller. I can play it on my TV if I really wanted to. There's ways around it, but I really want to have this thing on my Switch. I feel like it's a perfect platform for it. Feels like a game I could just pick up and play for a little bit, and that's probably not coming out until after October because they have.
Be honest, Tyler.
Big
Be honest.
content.
It's because you're done with Shovel Knight on your Switch and you want another game to poop with.
How did I know that that's where you would go with that? No, I am done with Shovel Knight until the update comes for that. But yeah, I want to have. I want to have something to play on my Switch. You guys are all way more excited for Mario than I am. I think Mario will be great. I think it's a cool game, but Mario has never been like my #1 franchise. And I don't know, this little game about a sad little bug with a nail sword is way more appealing to me for some reason.
That's because he's got a nail sword. And
Yeah,
he has,
Mario
like,
doesn't have a
wings
nail
like
sword.
Tyrael, and he's like a little bug, and everything
it's like a
is
little
awful.
Tim Burton bug. It's great.
It is
Yeah,
fantastic.
it
It's
is
so
great.
well done. There's so much care and detail into every
All
part
the
of the game.
characters are interesting to me. Like every little different bug person that I've seen has been its own little story. Like the design is just fantastic. I don't know. I just
Yeah,
love
but Tyler,
everything about it.
can you throw your hat in this game and become a big old slab of meat?
No, and I don't really want to do that. So that's
But if
kind
you
of like
if you throw your hat and become a big old slab of meat, and then you
Can I
have like
eat myself?
3. Well, let's just do it. Let's just hear me out. You have 3 monitors. The middle monitor, you're playing Mario, and you throw your hat and you become the slab of meat. The outer 2 monitors, you're playing I Am Bread. Does that make you a sandwich?
well,
Took the long way around to that
yeah,
one.
it was a long.
I know,
It was
right?
a long walk once again. Yes. Yep. You'd be a
There
meat
you go,
sandwich. Yep.
So can you be a sandwich with your Beetleman?
I'd have to let Brian answer that because I still haven't played this game. Oh my-
Brian, can you be a sandwich with your Beetleman?
Definitely.
Okay.
You can be a sandwich?
Yeah.
Oh, well, checkmate this game. Checkmate Hollow
Yeah.
Knight.
You should probably wait for it on Switch, Tyler.
I just feel like
I just want someone to play it so I can talk to someone about it. That's all I really want.
We can talk about it. Just know that I'm in pain every moment that we are.
I do, and it sustains me.
Oh my god, it looks so great. There's a little alien head on the screen right now. I don't know why. It looks neat. What did you just do?
The balloon.
This is the weird alternate reality dream world that you can go into and fight some things. I think this was my first journey there.
Bug dreams. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Is he really like a little bug? Because I'm
Yeah.
not getting the sense that he's a beetle from it.
He's a little beetle. Yeah, he's a little beetle.
Yeah, look
Oh.
at his fucking
Horns.
horns on his beetle head.
Oh,
His
maybe
little
because
wings.
he's maybe because he's so pale white. I just thought he was like a skeleton or like a death
Yeah,
rabbit.
Yeah, they're kind of like death beetles. Yeah, they're little skelly
Sing a
beetles.
death rabbit?
They're little skeletons.
Yeah, like a Donnie Darko type deal, but white.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, god damn it, I
Never
want.
seen a portal.
I don't know. I might dip my toes into it. I just feel like if I do
Just
this,
a taste.
just a little nip,
little-
just a little nip.
Is it on? Is it on Steam?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fam.
Yeah, you know your family. So
I know. At any
Just give
time
it a
I
whirl.
do it. Here's my worry: is that I'll get into it, right? I'll start playing. I'll be like, oh my god, I love this game so much. I want to play so much of it, and I'll get like 80% through it, right? And then it'll release on Switch, and I'll be like gnawing my fingertips off, trying to like not go buy it on the Switch too.
yeah, but then you'll have to start over. And is that really a bad thing if you love the game?
To be fair, I started and played 6 or 7 hours, and then waited a few months and started over.
Hmm.
Brian, were you
regrets.
disappointed with that?
No. Also, it's
Okay.
free to you, Tyler.
It's true. There's really no harm in.
I don't know what it's going to be on the Switch, but there's a Switch tax. I would guess $30.
So I would imagine.
How much is it on Steam?
I think it's 20, maybe 15.
Yeah,
I'd have a hard time seeing this be $30 on Switch.
I'd pay $30 tomorrow for it easy.
Well, you would
No
pay
fucking-
probably
It's
$50
worth
tomorrow
it.
for it on Switch.
maybe.
It's easily worth 30. I think it's 15 on Steam.
Yeah, it's 15
It's 15 on
right
Steam.
now.
It's probably going to be 25 on the Switch. That seems to be the pattern.
They've already released I think one free update for the game. There's another
There's another.
free update coming for Halloween with some new bosses and a new mechanic. I just watched an interview today where they said they're planning another free update and then yet another one that adds Hornet as a playable character.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. I
Uh-huh.
like Hornet.
Well, I knew that would interest you. And yeah, all they said was, yeah, it's coming to Switch soon.
TM.
God fucking damn it, please. Just make that now. So anyway.
They want to give you. They don't want to cannibalize their Mario sales, Tyler. They know that if they just hold out on this for long enough, you'll eventually just cave and buy Mario to have something else new.
Honest to God, I think I know what it is. I think that Nintendo is probably like, what am I thinking of? Apple a little bit in this, and charges people for their downloads and stuff. So I'm thinking they probably want to get their Halloween content released, so that they can just bundle that all in and not have that be a separate downloadable, so they can release it all at once.
You never know.
Thinking that's probably it, but I don't
Yeah,
know.
like this and Stardew Valley are both like, we're waiting.
Yeah, they seem done and waiting for some reason, and I feel like they probably want to get as much content into the initial release. Like Shovel Knight kind of did the same thing too. They bundled everything together into this treasure trove thing and completely changed the business model for that game when they released it for the Switch. So I have to feel like there's something to that.
I have a feeling Nintendo has seemed to be real good with the Switch up to this point with balancing releases and making sure that they have, Zelda came out at launch, and then it was a month later that Mario Kart came out, and shortly thereafter you had Splatoon 2 come out, and then this summer you had Sonic Mania, and then you had Mario and Rabbids, and it seems like they've got this like spacing perfectly. And I think they might be seeing these real popular indie titles and thinking that they want to space these releases all out so that they can constantly have a library of good stuff coming, so it's not feast or famine like it usually is with the Nintendo consoles.
Sure fucking feels like famine right now. Sure doesn't feel like any feasting happening.
Well,
so I don't know.
I mean, Mario and Rabbids is a very well received, very good game. You just didn't buy it because it's not your thing.
Yeah, I guess.
I'll loan it to you.
But that's better than
I played a little bit on a camping trip. Yeah.
But it's better than Nintendo consoles of old, where they would have a Mario game come out, and it's like, okay, you've got your game for this year. Have fun.
Yeah, no, but it just seems weird to me that, I don't know, I can't imagine a $15 indie game is, real high on their, like, we need to make sure that this is gated and timed properly, But then again, it's Nintendo, so probably.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense, so probably.
Yeah, nothing they do makes sense. We don't know. So.
Yeah, who knows?
Hollow Knight's great.
Hollow Knight's great, and I want it. And
it looks great.
Probably try it pretty soon.
Or it could be that they think it's going to compete with something that they're trying to push out. Chill.
Yeah.
Is it their virtual console?
No, Luke, it doesn't exist.
Don't say those words. We don't say those words.
Hey, we did pretty good. We did a lot of Switch talk without bringing up virtual console.
Oh, sorry. Fuck Nintendo. There
it
is.
is.
Make you feel better, Luke?
There it is.
There we go. All right, we got our quota in.
Yeah, there you go. Take that, Nintendo. I don't think I have gameplay for it, but do you guys want to talk about GTA 5?
I mean, Luke and I played it. We tried to crash into each other. The end.
Yeah, we dicked around for an hour and a half and
we dicked around for an hour and a half, and I had more fun dicking around in that game than I did in the Heroes games that we played afterwards, Tyler. So there we go. GTA Heroes done.
Okay.
That's efficient.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I didn't even have time to try to find any footage for that, so that's perfect. I tried out another 2D game that I've been wanting to play for a while now, called Hyper Light Drifter. This came out...
Hype!
Yeah, Hyper Light Drifter. It's another indie game developed by a small studio, but had huge success on Kickstarter, and I think this is another... this came out last year? 2016?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it's been in development for a while. The style is really cool. It reminds me very much of, Owlboy and
yep, that's the first thing I thought.
Some of these other ones where it's, it's kind of that hybrid 16-bit, 8-bit, super colorful graphics. It didn't click for me the way I hoped it would. Like
Same.
It was built as kind of like the best parts of Zelda and Diablo, and I can kind of see that. Like there's kind of Zelda-ish combat that's also very fast and twitchy instead of slower like Zelda is. There's also some puzzles that are Zelda-esque. You're standing on switch blocks and shooting things to open up bridges and dashing across them. But the game doesn't tell you really anything about any of this. You're just kind of thrown into it. And there's no voice acting, there's no text really to read from other people. It's all this kind of cryptic pseudo sci-fi looking runes and symbols, and you're just kind of left to figure it out. I went into a shop, I found a shop, and I walked in, and there was like stuff that you could potentially buy, but I didn't know how much anything was because I didn't understand the currency symbols, or the guy didn't say anything. He didn't say like, oh, here, buy these arrows or whatever. Like, there's none of that. It's just all
stranger in a strange land.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. I kind of want to play more of it, but it also didn't grab a hold of me. Like, I'm not super invested in it yet.
I kind of had the same reaction. Like, I've tried it a couple of times, and I want very much to like it. I love the look. I love the music. I like the story behind it. It just hasn't grabbed a hold of me.
It's difficult too. It's not an easy game. The combat is very unforgiving, which I don't necessarily mind, but I don't know. It's something I got to be in the mood for. I think I gotta like remember that it's one of those types of games, and that I'm gonna die a lot and redo the same parts a lot, and I have to be in the mood to do that. So,
yep.
But yeah, it is. It's beautiful. It seems like it's very well done. I think Giant Bomb made it one of their games of the year last year. It was like top 10.
Yeah, I think it was in their top 10. Yep.
So, yeah, was it doing anything for you guys, Craig or Luke? Hello.
No comment.
Oh, okay.
It sure looks like a good one of those.
A good one of what? A 2D Zelda game?
Sure. You said Diablo and I checked out. I'm sorry.
I think they meant like you're smashing things and running around in a 2D space, but yeah.
It doesn't
You said
feel
Diablo and I
remotely like Diablo.
Okay.
So, sorry.
Okay. All right.
You said Zelda and I went, and then you said Diablo and I was like, oh, well, pass.
Yeah, it's not remotely like Diablo in any way that I can say.
Yeah,
then
the
Tyler's
developer.
an idiot.
Well, okay, so is the developer then, because that's his
Well,
words,
then
not
the
mine.
developer's an idiot. So
Okay.
I don't know. It's kind of Diablo-like.
Okay.
I can understand that.
Yeah. Anyway,
see where they're
I
coming
played
from.
it, so there's that.
and it looks like something I would maybe be interested in checking out, but it's not something I'm gonna rush out to check out now. It might be something I'll pick up during the lean times later this winter. Take a look at.
Well, hey, you know what? We got news, and here it comes. Remember all those times when I said I was going to make the news shorter because it just feels a little too long? I'm still going to do that. Anyway, Clay announced Don't Starve Hamlet single-player DLC. What?
Yeah, I could get back into some Don't Starve.
Yeah, but single-player, though.
Oh, yeah, I know. It's disappointing.
I don't want to play that
kind
game
of-
alone.
No.
Yeah.
I tried. I've tried it a couple times, and I get the same feeling every time. I'm like, this is neat. Wish my friends could be here, because that is way more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not starving is more fun together.
For sure. Oh,
Agreed.
there's the trailer for it.
Yeah, hopefully it'll make its way to the multiplayer version at some point.
I love that they're still making content for it. It makes me believe that they're still making money on the game, which is encouraging, because it's one of the better games that has come out in the last 10 years. It's just such a cool universe. I love the whole look and feel of it.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with that for the few weeks we were into it.
Even it's one of those games, and it's a very rare game in that catastrophically fucking up is as much fun as being successful.
I think,
And it's going to happen.
Yeah.
yeah, it's just a matter of when.
It's expected that you will just fail miserably, and you will have a blast when you do.
Well, and like the thing is, every time I lose, I'm just like God damn it, that was my fault. I could have prevented that. I'm gonna, jump back in and do it better this time. And then I fuck it up.
Yeah, it never feels, even though sometimes like the game is obviously rigged against you, it doesn't feel like how you died was you getting screwed. It felt like, no, I could have prevented this.
I used to really love a book called Brian's Song when I was a kid. It was about a kid who gets a plane crash in northern Canada and has to like survive on his own in the woods.
They make a movie about that?
Yeah, it did. It wasn't very good. But yeah, they did.
I thought that was like the
football player, wasn't it?
The men's equivalent of Beaches. That's what that was supposed to be.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Like the movie that dudes watch to cry.
What are you talking about?
This is like a Brian's
Song was
right?
a movie about a football player, so this must be a different.
This is a different Brian's Song.
Thing.
There's more than one. Is it spelled with a Y or an I?
It's an I. It's an I. Brian's Song. I'm sure that's what it's called.
I don't think it is actually.
I don't think we're talking about
it?
different things here.
Holy shit! Is what's that thing that happens when you have a thing in your head and what's it called?
Mandela effect?
I'm thinking of Hatchet. I'm thinking of
Yeah,
Hatchet.
he's gonna have Hatchet.
What's the thing with Brian? Brian's Winter is the name of the thing, I think, probably. Brian's Winter. Brian's
that makes
Winter
more sense.
is the sequel. Yeah. Hey, everyone, corrections. No one will know what that means, except for if you listen to the Giant Beast cast.
I gotcha.
Anyway, it's called Brian's Winter is the sequel. It's where he stays all winter, you guys. It's not just for the
Spoilers.
Yeah, he goes back.
Yeah. Don't need to read that.
Anyway, it's a survival thing.
Well, I guess I don't need to read the first one because I know that he goes back there for the
You
winter.
know he lives.
Thanks, Tyler.
Spoilers for Hatchet. Here you go. Sorry, everyone. But I think that book has always intrigued me. Maybe that's why I kind of dig these survival, games and things.
So just to be clear, we're no longer talking about the football player.
We're not
who
talking
got
about Brian's
cancer.
Song. No.
Wait, was it? Wait, Maxwell, was it cancer or was it AIDS?
Hey,
I feel
spoil
it was
that too.
cancer.
I think it was cancer.
Yeah. I
Brian
didn't tell you
Piccolo.
whether or not he dies, just that men cry, so he obviously dies.
Strong men also cry.
It's true. It's true. Hey, you know what else is news? NES Golf got done hidden in a Switch.
What?
Yeah, you didn't know about that? Oh man,
No.
an NES emulator is built into the Nintendo Switch. They found this because I guess if yeah. Oh, I knew this one was gonna get some real reactions out of the
I
peanut
think they might have done
gallery.
the
Joke's
fuck
on
you
you
Nintendo
guys.
part a little bit early in this.
Yeah,
cast.
I didn't want to.
Yeah, we
Didn't
probably
want to
should have
thread that
saved
needle
that.
too early, but yeah. So okay, so apparently, if you do a certain, like, if your Nintendo has never been connected to the internet, your Switch, and you set the date to, I think isn't it Iwata's birthday or something like that, or
Yeah, it was something like July 11th, 2018 or something like that.
Yeah, then it does this thing where, like, you have to do some gesture, and it brings up NES Golf, and you can play it right there, and it has Joy-Con specific controls, and it's just
Looks like it's got
built right
motion controls.
in. Yeah, it's just built right in. So we know
What?
the technology
Fuck Nintendo.
exists.
So we have to unlock.
So hard.
We have to do an Easter egg trick to unlock the Virtual Console.
Nope, it's not.
There's
the
a
console.
fucking emulator built into the goddamn console, Luke, and I can't play Metroid.
No,
Yeah. That's
No.
what we.
it's
Well, you could just play it at your computer.
Yeah,
You know.
you could do that.
You can play a game on your computer instead of your console. It's the same game, right? Still using a controller.
Well, I mean, I'm at my desk, so I have to use a keyboard and mouse, Brian. I can't use a controller at my desk.
Yeah. Anyway, apparently Nintendo wants you to access its classic games on their instructions and not yours. So,
Ah,
maybe they'll build this
The
into
fact that
part
it's
of
built
the
into
online
it and they're giving us
services.
this,
Right?
the fact that it's built into it and they're giving us this runaround bullshit of releasing these stupid little mini consoles for collectors that are going to cost me $300 to get on the secondary market really chaps my ass here, Tyler.
All right.
Chapped.
Sounds uncomfortable.
I'll see if I can get somebody over at the Big N and, forward that message
You do
along
that.
for you.
You do that because I know you know people.
I'll pull my strings, my industry strings, and see if I can get that fixed up for you.
You host a very well-respected gaming podcast,
Hey.
Tyler.
I mean,
This is the #1 video games podcast in the Eastern Michigan Thumb area, my
yeah,
friend.
handfuls of people have found it. So
Literally, tens of people have listened to us.
yeah,
Lives of tens. Yep.
yeah.
There are dozens of us. Dozens!
So yeah. So I mean, I don't have any more good news for you other than that. Hey, remember Toys R Us? Remember how you used to love that as a kid? They done filed for the bankruptcy.
I think this is more like a reorganizational bankruptcy than a liquidation bankruptcy, though. Like
Sure.
they're not
Still
closing up
bankruptcy.
shop. They're just, still bankruptcy.
It's not good.
The bottom line is that Toys R Us got money troubles.
Well,
I'm surprised they've
Amazon.
lasted that long. Like every time I drive by Toys R Us, there's just fucking nobody there.
Yeah.
Like people can buy toys at Walmart and Target. Like you don't need a specialty toy store anymore.
How many kids?
Brian, I'm with you. As a little kid, I was like, how is
God.
Toys R Us even surviving? Because there's no one in the parking lot ever.
You would
I
be
love
shocked
Toys R
at
Us so
how much what the markup is on the toys.
I'm sure it's huge.
stupid, and I think you're underestimating how much money they rake in for holidays like Easter.
No, I'm not.
And-
I think they're
at all. That's
underestimating it
exactly
considering they filed for
like-
bankruptcy.
Yeah.
No, they'd be overestimating it.
There was thank you, Craig. There was a wall where they had all the Nintendo game, like the plastic flaps where you could look at the front and back, and you had to go take the little slip up to the front.
Yeah, I think that
Remember
right
that?
there is kind of, a sign of their downfall. I mean, who here buys physical games that much anymore? I mean, okay, more so than you do digital copies of stuff.
Recently, yeah.
Okay.
I've actually found myself like I was switching over to digital on PC and on my Xbox. I'm finding myself buying only physical copies on my Switch, and I was
Okay.
actually pissed that I couldn't get a physical copy of Sonic. I wanted a physical copy for Sonic. I don't know why.
It wasn't even an option though, 10, 15
Yeah.
years ago. So
Mhm.
I think that's the point is that this is all changing. And kids want to play stuff on their iPads. Kids want to play stuff, on their Xbox. They want to play Minecraft. They want to pay for things that are not plastic toys that cost $17. That's
I
No.
think what, and the reason maybe I'm doing the physical stuff on Nintendo is I'm cognizant of the fact now that servers get shut down for games after so long, and then the games just you lose the online content. How long before stuff starts to shut down and you lose access to being able to play it, but your console says you have to be connected to the internet, but the servers are no longer active and you can't
you're
I
the
think
play
the
that game
Switch,
any longer.
like I think the games are tied to your console for the Switch.
even the physical
Are they?
ones you're saying.
No, I think like the downloaded games. I think those are tied to your console. Like I don't think you can transfer between Switches.
That would be weird.
You
if
know,
you ever
that
Maybe it's
Actually,
just
um,
saves. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
It's I think it's tied to your account, but it's like your account. I don't know if this is how it works on the Switch, but on
We
the
should find
3DS, on the 3DS though, it's a real pain in the ass. Like I bought a 3DS and then regretted my decision to not get a 3DS XL. So I went out and I got a 3DS XL. And in order for me, I couldn't just log into my account that I had on my 3DS that I had purchased, a week earlier, I had to call up Nintendo and tell them that I wanted to unauthorize the previous console and then authorize the new console for my account in order to be able to transfer my account onto the new one. And if I didn't
you're not giving it to people.
If I didn't actually physically call them
and talk to a person
and talk to a person, I wouldn't have gotten it. Now here's the weird part of it is the console that I bought the first time came with Luigi's Mansion. The console that I bought, the XL, came with the new Mario and Luigi. I think it's the Dreams one. So for a while, before I realized I had to call Nintendo, I was playing the Mario and Luigi game that I got for free with that console. When I called Nintendo, I no longer had access to the Mario and Luigi game, but I had Luigi's Mansion back. It's like real jank the way
2017.
that works.
Nintendo gets so much of that stuff wrong still.
Which is why I want those physical cartridges, because I can at least buy a Switch at any time and I'll have these games forever.
And put a cartridge in it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you might not be doing it at Toys R Us anymore. or you might just not see any new ones crop up for a while they figure all their stuff out. Who knows? But it's just interesting to me that, something that was such a staple of like being a kid going to Toys R Us is in jeopardy because things are digital now. I don't know.
Also, Amazon Prime 20% off games.
Yeah,
new releases. So
yeah, one, you're already not going to Toys R Us for games. Period. Like you're gonna go to GameStop, you're gonna go to Best Buy, you're gonna go to Amazon. So they're already a number 4 or 5 spot for games. But then even then, kids aren't buying as many toys. They don't want kids aren't wanting toys like they did when we were kids.
Well, even still, if they're wanting toys, the cheapest place to get toys is on Amazon. And I'm sorry, I already have Amazon Prime. I'll get 2-day shipping for free, and I don't need to go and stand in line at Toys R Us on Black Friday. I'll order shit on Amazon, and it'll come to my door 2 days later, and I never have to get out of my underwear. I don't have to put on pants, Tyler.
Yeah, and you don't even know about dragging your kid through the toy store and having to say no to every single thing in every aisle and just get the one thing that you said you were there for. Yeah.
So basically, millennials are killing Toys R Us.
Nailed it. Print it. Chip it. That's the stuff. That's the stuff. Anyway, so long, Toys R Us. Or, hey, maybe they'll figure it out. Maybe they'll turn themselves around. They'll fix up that debt, and they'll be, ready to roll in 2018. Or not. Anyway, I think that's going to pretty much wrap it up, unless you guys got anything else that you want me to kick around here before we go. Oh, wait. Oh, sorry, shit. Mario has nipples.
I was going to say, we're not going to talk about the elephant in the room here.
Mario has nipples, you guys. Mario has nipples.
Mario Odyssey's getting into some real weird territory, just in general, with Mario walking down the street next to, regular people, and Mario's nips, and that Mario's just a hat. The hat fucking possesses people.
The walking down the street next to real people
weird
is very much
weird.
It feels very Sonic 06 to me. And
what does that mean?
Yeah.
Remember the Sonic the Hedgehog 2006? So
no one does.
So there was a game just called Sonic the Hedgehog is the official title. It came out in 2006, so it's referred to as Sonic 06.
He loves chili dogs.
Hang on.
Chili dog sounds really good right now.
Oh, this is the best part.
There's like a love relationship in this between Sonic and a real woman.
Does he do some banging? Does he go real fast?
No, but
you should be careful about the questions you're asking.
Because is
it a boy?
Sonic.
Do you want those answers?
Here, hang on. I'm giving you something you guys can all look at
that we never
Tyler
asked for.
Luke, didn't you though?
But Mario has nipples. You guys is really what I think we're trying to.
Mario walking down the streets with next to humans reminds me more of Who Framed Roger Rabbit than Sonic 06.
Yeah. Okay.
No, fine. 6 of one, half dozen of the other.
Okay, he's got a lady. I see that. He's saving her from some robots.
Yeah. So then there's cutscenes where
That's
they're
creepy.
like in love, and it's creepy and weird. And she's like a full 2 feet taller than him.
She's a full
And it
blown
just-
lady.
She's full blown lady, and it just feels very Mario.
I mean, okay, if you're gonna stand here and tell me
Odyssey.
that you've never wanted to bang a cartoon hedgehog, then I'm gonna tell you that you're blowing smoke. Because Amy the Hedgehog. Let's
Who
see.
hasn't?
I mean, you know, there she
Those are
is.
natural urges.
Just don't put Rule 34 at the end of that time,
Yeah,
please.
it's gonna be a real dangerous. There's a real dangerous Google image search right there. Almost had to up our content rating there.
You almost got
ESR
us kicked off of Twitch.
our ES. Anyway, yeah, you're not wrong. Mario's weird. He's got weird nipples. He looks like a little toddler man running around with a mustache. He's a hairy. He's his head and his face are hairy as shit, and he's completely clean shaven the rest of the way down.
Yeah, like he shaves his chest.
Which,
Or
yeah, not to
he's
be racist or
waxes.
anything, he's Italian. Like,
He's yeah.
Come on.
He's a hairy dude.
dude's got hair.
Well, it's for those under the swimming levels. You have to be shaved for those.
To
Do-
swim faster.
Doesn't Mario
right?
have hairy
you-
arms in that picture too? Tyler, bring that picture back.
Does he?
I don't know how.
The Mario nipples picture.
Hold on. There's so
See,
many.
you don't know how.
Mario nipples.jpg.
No, he hasn't got a hair on him other
No,
than
just
other than
his
his
mustache,
mustache
his
and his eyebrows
See,
and his
like-
hair.
Yeah.
Is Mario like?
It's like a turtle shell.
Oh, you know what? He must
His
be
laser hits like
shaving.
a turtle shell down
You
there.
know, it must have been from the last Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. He shaves his whole body
Yeah.
for the swimming
See?
event.
Aerodynamic.
That's what I'm saying.
There it is.
Hydrodynamic.
It gets hot under the water there. Yeah.
No, hydrodynamics. You shave all your body hair to increase your times.
Yeah, fractions of a second off your.
Yeah.
Fractions
Well, I mean, you
of
don't shave the
balls.
stash off, though, obviously. You gotta
Well,
keep that.
It's your
I mean,
trademark.
No,
That's a power stash.
Yeah.
Mark Spitz. Hello. Come on.
Say Mario Spitz.
No, I said Mark Spitz.
Well, yeah, everyone knows Mark Spitz. Don't you know Mark Spitz? And his crazy huge mustache?
God, you guys have a lack of
I know Mark Spitz.
Dude,
Don't
Thank
lump me
you,
in with that.
Brian. Thank you. Tyler and Luke's lack of sports knowledge is really just
Oh, this is a sports thing? And you
Yeah.
expected me to
It's
get
Olympic
that.
swimming. I
Oh,
don't care
okay.
at all.
how do you know
Yes.
that? Okay.
Because he won like a billion medals.
yeah, he was
Good.
like he was the Michael Phelps of the 1970s and had a huge big fat mustache and
Who?
it was
Who's the what? The Subway
Stop
guy?
making me defend sports I don't care about.
Is he the Subway guy? Oh, is he the weed guy?
he's the weed guy, yes, Tyler. It's that weed guy.
Okay. The weed guy with the Subway. Got it. All right.
Yeah. He was going to swim it. He was in the news this year for saying he was going to swim against a shark for
Did
Shark
he?
Week.
Did he?
Yes. No.
Was it real?
I don't know.
Everything is fake. I don't know if you guys knew that. Everything.
The report that he
Like
was
viral
going, he
videos,
was
like
planning to swim against a
swimming with
shark, I
sharks.
believe was real.
It's all fake. You know what? Here's the
He
outro
didn't swim
music.
against a shark.
You have the power to end this.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do it because we're in a shark hole and I don't know how to get out. And I
Play you out.
haven't shaved my body hair, so I won't be able to swim fast enough to make it out. So there's a little knowledge for you at home. Anyway, thank you so much for listening to Questlog. We really appreciate it. You should send us an email and tell us what your favorite Olympic gold medalist swimmer with a mustache is. You can do that at mail@questlogcast.com. You can
Raleigh
follow
Fingers had a mustache.
Tommy Fingers.
Yes.
If you told me that was a real person, I would believe you. I don't know anything about this world. Tommy Fingers was a 3-time Olympic gold medalist, and he had the best mustache of all. Anyway, I think we have a Twitter, and it's at Questlogcast, and your website is just questlogcast.com, and you can get all our shows there and on iTunes and other places too. So you should do that, and yeah, it'll be good. Everyone have a great week, and we'll be back with episode 47, no asterisks, next week.
Well, I mean,
They're all gonna have asterisks from now on.
We'll figure out the numbers eventually. Thank you, everyone, and good night. Tommy Fingers. What did you actually say there? I didn't even...
Raleigh Fingers.
That doesn't matter at all. That doesn't make any difference. Is that a person too?
That's
Yeah,
an
it's a
actual
person.
human being.
Raleigh Fingers?
I think
Oh
his
my
name was
God.
Roland, but yeah, Raleigh Fingers. He was a baseball player.
Okay.
He's famous for